Hiya.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever.
We are going live.
You are now live.
You're now live. No, you're now live.
No, you're live.
No, you're live.
It's so live with Steph and Eileen. Yay!
Yay! How are y'all
Okay.
tonight, this evening? We hope you're doing good. We'll give a minute or so and wait for people to jump on. We got one person on.
Yay.
Maybe, is that you? No.
That's
I got
not
my
me.
phone set up.
I do have my phone. I don't have my phone set up though yet.
Watch live video. Ooh, turn down the volume.
Are we here? Yeah, as we both stand here and look at our phones trying to figure out how to run. Probably not the wisest thing.
So we've got Kurt and Miss Mary on. Hello, you two. We got 6 people on. Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
look at that. Did you say you get yours on? Do you want me to look at yours rather than
Oh, I don't care.
Find mine?
Nancy Jansen, Miss Pat Minnick is on.
Excellent. And Elaine?
Now I can't read.
I guess
Here.
I'll be up to reading.
Hair. That hair in my face. Hair in my face.
Well, you know, and Lisa is here.
Hi, guys.
So we're getting to get a crew, so I suppose
Shall we get started?
we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sure people will join us. It's okay.
So, shall we start with our question of the evening or of the week?
Yep.
Do you want to ask it?
Okay, so how many people, like me, what I want to know is how many current projects do you have in timeout?
And what do we mean by timeout?
Well, for me, my gnomes were in timeout for an extended period of time. Anytime that you get frustrated with it, you can't think about it anymore, you have to go do something else, either something completely different like gardening, or
Eating.
or eating, snacking, whatever. Mine was in timeout for like, I don't know, 2 months, maybe 3. But, you know, it just depends. Sometimes it can be just a couple of hours, and sometimes it can be a lot longer. So, how many projects? And sometimes you get started on one, you get ticked, you go on to the next one, you get ticked on that one, you end up with a whole line. Yeah. So, how many projects do you currently have in timeout?
That you can remember. Because sometimes when I go through like my stash of things, I look and I go, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Is it worth
still in
it?
timeout if you forgot about it?
Technically, yes. It's
Okay.
still in timeout if you've forgotten about it, especially if you look at it, you remember it, and go, oh yeah, and put it back down. Then it's definitely still in timeout. So,
Does it count if you give your project to somebody else to finish?
no.
Is that like perma timeout?
No. So, if you give it away for somebody else to finish, I think that constitutes it coming out of timeout.
Okay, it looks like Nancy has 4, Lisa has too many, Elaine has 3, Mary has 1. So, Mary's looking really good right now
Mary,
with only
you're
1.
looking great. You're looking great. So, I had a project in timeout for a very long time, and it was
over a year.
Let's just say since the beginning of pandemic.
Yeah.
And it is no longer in timeout. I actually took the time, not last night, night before last. Was it last night?
Yeah, that was last night.
Okay, it was last night. See, I don't even know what day it is. And it's finished, except for the binding. I took it home to binding, so I don't have it with me, but I will bring it next week so you guys can see it. It is not perfect, so like everybody hopefully knows, or if we've told you, we do have a long arm here, and I've had a quilt up on that long arm for forever. So now it's not. So now we can actually do some other quilting things, which is great.
Yep.
It's not perfect, and I didn't expect it to be perfect. I just wanted to get it done at this point. That's all I cared about.
And it was the very first one.
Very first one. So, super excited, and so I will bring that next week to you guys so you can see it, and then it's going to be shipped to the person that I was planning on doing it for, and it's now their Christmas present.
There you go. It was the birthday present like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a birthday present twice now, and
And
then
that's
a Christmas
Christmas
present.
present. And
So
now-
this will be Christmas present twice. So, yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Brenda does not have any in timeout. Good for you, Brenda.
Nice job.
And Pat doesn't really put any in timeout. She just works on 8 million projects at the same time. which really is rather impressive, actually.
Yeah.
I would put the wrong pieces with the wrong quilt. It would not be a good situation.
How come these don't fit together? No.
Why did I put these colors together?
Makes no sense. No, Pat's pretty amazing, so she's pretty good about keeping track of that stuff. So.
I know, and Ken is on.
Hey, Cousin Ken, how you doing? So, all right, what's next?
Okay, so we got the long arm, we got the question.
So next week, you guys, it's been a long time. I mean, we've seen a rep here and there, but it's been a long time since we've gotten like a bunch of reps coming in and showing some new stuff. And if I don't know if you guys knew, but Quilt Market was canceled, so Steph and I were planning on going down to Texas,
fun,
and it was gonna be super fun, and we're gonna like let our hair hang out and be all wild and crazy girls down there at Market.
As wild as a bunch of people can get at a quilt market.
We can get pretty wild, but they canceled it.
So there's no wild there.
And I'm a little miffed about that because
well, the thing is, if we go to Market, we see new things. If we see new things, we get new things in the shop.
Right.
Then it's more fun for you guys to come see us.
Right. And
that's why it's fun.
We, there's inspiration, and there's just like this fun vibe that happens there.
Oh,
and we
great.
come back and we're just so energized, and we were really looking forward to it because it's been such a long haul because of COVID and everything else. So we were looking forward to getting away and getting that energy.
Sometimes you just don't need to get...
Yeah. But they canceled it.
Yeah.
So,
so now
sad.
It's nice for us to see reps come see us.
Yeah, so we
to
have
get back to the beginning.
A bunch of reps coming in. Next week, we're having a new Northcott rep, Stephanie Brandenburg.
Yep, we're very excited.
Yes, so what is her mom? What's the shop her mom owns or she owns?
Her mom is in, I think it's South Amana.
Yeah.
And it's Fern Hill.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie's was or is Fron.
Fron. So she does her own fabrics.
I think she's near like Cedar Rapids. Yeah. I think.
And Northcott is picking up that fabric line, I believe, or her fabric line. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the shop because it's really beautiful fabric.
It's very cool.
And it's a local designer, and we're all about promoting local designers.
Exactly.
So we're super excited about that. I can't wait to see what she has to show us. Then we have the Australian fabric rep coming in.
I haven't talked to him since, we were at Market.
Well, it's not HD. It's actually our local rep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our local direct rep. But it's Ernie. So Ernie's coming to visit us, so we're excited about that, to see Ernie, and then he's going to show some other things besides some Australian fabrics. So we're excited. We're buying for like next year's stuff, but super excited. Be on the lookout because I might take some pictures and post them on Facebook. I might even do a live. I don't know if Ernie would like that or not, but we'll ask him and see. Stephanie might not mind. So
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
You never know. Stephanie doesn't know us that well.
So Monday and Tuesday. So be on the lookout for maybe some impromptu lives and some new fabric lines coming out. So then we've
got Sac City this weekend. So
that is this weekend, folks.
That is the Iowa Falls store that will be there.
Correct. Miss Denise is going to be her wonderful self and demoing some products. So that's going to be amazing. There is an $8 admission for 1 day or 2 days. It's $12. There is going to be a lecture each day by Doris, and I'm so sorry, I'm going to just butcher her name, Dutmeyer? Dutmeyer. Okay. So
German.
Yeah, Dutmeyer. So that's going to be a really awesome show. Highly encourage you guys to take the time out. I think it's going to be a gorgeous weekend too, like an actual fall weekend.
I didn't know today was supposed to be 80. I thought it was supposed to still be in the 70s. So don't ask me about weather right now because I was wrong.
It was supposed to be in the 70s. I looked.
It was 81 when I got in my car.
It's terrible.
I was a little warm.
It's terrible. So definitely, guys, come on to Sac County Fairgrounds. The Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yep.
So.
And we talked to you guys a little bit last week about Operation Gratitude, which is the scarves that people make scarves for our servicemen and women overseas. And so we've already started getting scarves in. We've got a couple of bags going on. So I don't know, you want me to show all of them or just an example? Anyway, so we've got those coming in, so we're pretty excited about that.
And they do like it rolled up like this. So if you guys can bring it to us rolled up like that, that'd be great.
This person just put a rubber band around it.
And they do, if you can include a handwritten note for each one. It doesn't have to be long, just a little something.
Could you say, thank you from Iowa, or thank you?
You don't have to put your name on it.
Yeah.
Although they do say that if you do put your name on it and like an email, the serviceman or woman will email you to say thank you sometimes, and that's really kind of special to them.
That's always a cool thing, too.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to hear and have that connection. It could be like a pen pal.
That's what I was going to say, like a pen pal. Yeah.
So that'd be sort of a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, very excited about that. So get your knitting or your flanneling.
Get your crochet on.
Yeah.
Niddling. Get your niddling on.
Nitpicking. Okay, so we talked last week, but the quilt show on the Friends of Quilting, or
the 9th and 10th.
9th and 10th, and this says the 8th.
Weekend of the 8th.
Okay, weekend of the 8th, the 9th and 10th. Anyway, that show's canceled, so don't try to go there. It's not going to happen.
You can try to go there.
It may or may not.
You just won't be able to like get in and see anything. So
I suppose there's nothing wrong with driving by.
No. Go head out that. I think it was in Clear Lake. So go head to Clear Lake and do some shopping there.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Stop here first.
And
head up. The other thing is there is a junk jaunt that's going on, and that will be here in Story City as well as several other places.
Yep.
I think Jules and Fun, maybe Gilbert, something else. Anyway, but that is this weekend. So,
and I will post a link to the Junk Jaunt website where there's a map and a list of stores.
Okay.
Map and a list of stores.
That sounds good. And we are still hoping that our Quilter Select mats will be coming in October. They've been telling us they've been coming in for quite some time, and they're still not here. But we're trying. Wrong pen. Would you like a pencil?
No, I got
They
it.
usually work. So, anyway, that is finally it for announcements. We had a lot to talk about today. So, before we get going too far, we're going to see what Eileen's favorite present.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
She wants me to go first.
Her name's first. It goes first.
Okay, so my favorite thing this week is a puzzle that we had waited to get in, and I think we already showed you guys this, but every time I walk past it, I look at it and think to myself, I wish I had the time to do this puzzle. So, can you guys please come in and buy this puzzle and do it for me? This is my favorite thing. It is called Stitch Quilt Puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, and it's a Lori Holt, a Bee in My Bonnet puzzle. And her stuff is always so bright and cheery. I just love it. And it's just such a cute puzzle.
And it's a good time of year to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you wait until, like, we always had a thing in our family where we did puzzles at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So over Christmas break, when we didn't have to study or things like that, we would do the puzzle. So that was fun. It was like a family activity.
And this is a great thing to kind of maybe have in your sewing room if you have room. So when you are frustrated with a project you're working on, before you throw it in timeout, maybe take a few minutes and work on a puzzle to de-stress.
Shift gears.
Yeah. It's your amuse-bouche between, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, amuse.
Between courses. So
you're like expanding my vocabularies because I'm on
I might be getting it wrong, though, so.
We're creating our own vocabulary.
Exactly. If any of you know French, you can correct me. I will not be offended. So, anyways, this is a great, awesome, cute puzzle. And again, it's like hitting some of my favorite things, like knitting and sewing. So I really like this puzzle. This is my favorite thing. Steph,
excellent.
What is your favorite thing?
Well, my favorite thing is sort of an old thing, but I've had a chance to make more of them. So, you guys have probably, most of you seen our Stars and Stripes. It's this pattern, but we've done it in Iowa and Iowa State. Either Iowa State, or a house divided pattern. Well, now we have you and I to do.
We have you and I.
To add. We have you and I. You and I. So now I got to find out, and I'm going to have you guys help me with this. Should I do UNI Iowa State and UNI Iowa? Or do I need to try and figure out how to do all three?
So
I need vote. I need input on this, because I'm not going to create the kits if people aren't going to buy it. But
so here's my question to you guys. Do they have a football team?
Yeah. They play Iowa State almost every year, usually at Iowa State. The Unidome, okay, the Unidome is where it is an indoor football field.
Okay.
That is where, when the high school teams go to state, that is where state is.
Okay.
It is like the coolest thing to be able to play inside. It's awesome. Okay. Our team went to state 2 years in a row, for rolling story.
When you were in high school?
I was in junior high.
Oh.
And we got to be on a bus, and we got to go up there, and they included the junior high kids, and it was awesome. So that part is with me. So, you know.
And who did they play?
Doesn't matter. We got to be there.
So
they actually won both years. So
Steph's question to you is, should she make up kits that do UNI versus any other school?
Or should I even...
just do UNI altogether? Just
UNI by itself.
So
the other thing is, I could try to do like roll and story UNI. Or do I do roll and story? You know, that kind of thing. That would be another option.
I'm going to let you Iowans help her decide. I am totally neutral in this, because I'm like, you know, like WSU, Washington State University versus the Huskies, you know, Cougars, Huskies.
She's still learning.
Yeah, I'm
not trying really hard.
I'm not trying that hard. Don't really care.
Anyway, so that's my favorite thing, and the fact that we have it both just as Iowa State. Now, I could do one that's just UNI. And then
you say that. I think UNI.
UNI. We're going to have to wear purple and yellow. UNI.
Okay, what's next?
Block of the month.
Block of the month. Oh, so speaking of reps, we had our Wyndham rep come in, and Miss Clorinda, and she's so much fun. I have such a good time with her every time she comes in, and she's like, the next time I come in, we need to, you know, do a late appointment so that way we can have a girls' night afterwards. I'm like, okay. So, anyways, she brought to us a block of the month in batiks.
How many people like batik block of the month?
So, batiks, and it is gorgeous. The name of the block of the month is Emma. Oh, it's like Emma, like from Jane Austen.
I was gonna say Sense and Sensibility.
Well, no.
Isn't that what it...
No, Emma is a book. Emma.
Oh, the Emma book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, guys, here is the block of the month that we are going to be starting next year. So this is 2022 block of the month. We will have early sign up for this. So this is a gorgeous block of the month. It is in blues and creams. Blues and whites.
So yeah, light blue, dark blue. It's turquoisey.
And it's from Anthology Fabrics.
It's 86 by 86.
It's really pretty.
You could make it smaller if you didn't want to do the borders, but I think the borders are actually quite awesome.
Oh, I do too.
I think they're very cool.
I do too. You could, well, actually I don't know if you could. Like if you wanted to skip this far outer border but keep this other more inner border, if you wanted to, you could reverse it so that way this is all blue if you like that darker, and then make these the lighter colors, but I don't know. That might be changing up too much.
The other option would be not put it on point.
That's true too.
That would shrink it.
You don't have to do that. So totally up to you. But this is a new block of the month coming 2022. Block of the month. Emma from Wyndham and Anthology Fabrics. So be on the lookout. We will post once we get all of our pre-sale, whatever, sign up done in the system. We'll go ahead and post that, and then you guys can start joining the block of the month, and it will be limited
edition,
limited availability. So keep that in mind.
So first come, first serve on that one. Okay, so we have got some new items, some gift ideas. We're sort of thinking ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming. I know it's not there yet. We're not even at Halloween, but we all know as crafters that we have to plan ahead, because we can't start our Christmas presents in December. Well,
although
we can It's just not recommended.
You know what that's like?
Lack of sleep?
Well, no. It's like when you see really delicious food and you take a big old plate full because you think, oh yeah, I can eat all that. And then you get like halfway through it and you're like, I can't eat all that. So you think you can get your projects done in time, and you can't. So then it becomes next year's Christmas present.
So we are here as a public service announcement to remind you
It's time
to start your projects if you haven't already.
The clock is ticking.
There are several people who already have, and I know you. I'm waiting to see if they make comments, but I know you. I know you've already started. So, and that's our inspiration, is that these people have already gotten their act together and started.
So with that being said, we want to show you some pattern books that have come in, some patterns, and then give you guys some pattern books that you guys can use to make your gifts. So one of the first pattern books that we've gotten recently it's called Quilt with Tula and Angela. And if you guys know Tula Pink, and then Angela Walters, she does that midnight quilting show where she, quilts on her domestic. She's really awesome and fun to watch. But this is their book. It's been out for a few years, but we just happened to get it in just recently. And it's a really cool book. So add color and punch to your next project with Quilt with Tula and Angel. So
they're both sort of a kick in the pants to watch.
Gosh,
so my guess is their book is probably highly entertaining.
Like, you could make a sugar skull quilt for somebody for Christmas. For funsies. For funsies. So,
and if you use Australian fabric, we have that one that already looks like it's got the eyes in it.
So this is a great quilt, and then inside of it, they give you, like, quilting patterns. Can you see that? Can you see that? Oh, sorry, guys. It's kind of hard to see. So they give you some quilting ideas to go along with the quilts that they have created in here. So this is a really fun idea. And then, you want to show me these guys.
Yeah.
That one.
So everybody knows about the 3-yard quilt books, right? So Fabric Cafe has come out with 2 of them. This is, her 8th or 9th?
A lot.
But this is her daughter. So, and honestly, I can never remember her name. Donna Robertson. Donna Robertson and Fran Morgan. So Donna Robertson, Fran Morgan. I'm backwards. It's hard when you're looking at things. Anyway, they have a book, and it is a 3-yard quilt on the double. So it's both of them involved. And then Fran Morgan, the daughter, also has her own, and it's based on fat quarters.
And
so
who doesn't have a stash of fat quarters?
And if you don't, you probably could find some very quickly by cutting up other pieces. So anyway, so they both have, these are just quick look at the backs. They've just got, so that's the fat quarter book. And then this is the new 3-yard quilt book. So just some really fun ideas, quick, and these are usually not really difficult.
No.
So, I mean, and it's just a nice thing that you can make for somebody.
If you're not familiar with the 3-yard quilt books, she does an amazing job, and I believe she does the same. They do the same thing in here, but they give you the layouts to make them bigger, tell you how much more yardage you need if you need to make it bigger. I like to promote these as a lot of these patterns you can use as a t-shirt quilt. Just replace one of the fabrics with the t-shirts that you're going to be using. Yeah. So I think those are fantastic for that.
Yeah, I think they're great ideas. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for something you still want to do a quilt before Christmas, but you're not going to have as much time, this is a good choice.
What you need to do is ask Miss Tori how easy one of these guys are, because she made one for her dad just a few weeks before Christmas.
Well, she came back from school for Christmas and walked into the store one day, just was hanging out, and she said, I want to...
Well, no, she was like, I don't know what to get Dad for Christmas. And I'm like, well, here, make a quilt. And she's like, and I'm like, here's a 3-yard quilt. So she picked out fabrics, shows her pattern. I think that was the real first quilt she really made. That was her first
quilt, yeah. I think she actually got done faster than I did.
Yeah, we walked her through, the process and everything, and she made a beautiful quilt.
That was before she even worked here.
Yeah, so it's so simple.
And he still loves it.
Yes.
So
another book. This is a great book for you guys if you're planning on making your gifts this year. It's called The Big Book of Christmas Crochet. So all y'all that crochet out there are some cuter than cute patterns. Look at that scarf with the gnomes on it.
Of course, we like everything with gnomes.
I know. How adorable is that, though? And on the back side, you could see that reindeer with the buffalo check, Afghan, and some other small projects. Some little bowls or whatever, so you can use that to decorate, and a little kind of a table runner or side table runner, doilies. So here's some really great crochet ideas for Christmas. And, oh gosh, Rudolph! How cute is that?
You could make one for every reindeer.
Look at him.
You could just make the others with regular noses.
Yeah, and then you could set them up, and oh my gosh, that's
and then you
so
can drag
cute.
crochet Santa.
Yeah, you'll have to figure that one out because that one's not in here. But tons of cute patterns. Even repurposing postcard gift tags or into boxes. So that would be great. Kind of, if you're just going to get a gift card but you still want to get crafty, you could make one of those and give that. So some of these sweet homemade gifts, which a lot of times those are a lot nicer than store-bought things.
Well, and you know, everybody's talked about, you know, how much they really appreciate it when people have put the time in for making a gift. And it, you know, we've gotten a little away from that, and we really shouldn't. I mean, it does mean more if people make that, but you get that feeling that you're not.
Right.
You know, in the past, it's been very, oh, but I didn't spend enough on that person.
Right.
It's not about the money, guys.
It's about...
It's time. It's effort. It's how much love you
put
are
into
conveying into that project.
Yeah.
So.
Although gift cards aren't bad, because we do offer gift cards here at It's So
Very nice, very nice. Okay,
so
that is true.
There you go.
And they're all year round.
Those are all, yep, gift cards.
Okay, I'm going to let you talk about that one too, because that's not my category.
So this goes along in lines with our Operation Gratitude, our scarves. If you want to learn how to knit, this is an A to Z of knitting, the ultimate resource for beginners and experienced knitters. So this is just a great book. It gives you tips and talks you through like how to pick up drop stitches, a double rib stitch, short row shaping while working a purl stitch. So lots of techniques to learn in here, and it's got fabulous pictures. I mean, look at this. Fabulous pictures. I can't survive without pictures, guys. I know how to read, and I can read very well, but pictures to me are better.
That's 1,000 words for each one.
Right. Right. So this is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. It's $19.95.
And it says Knitting Know-How Simply Explained. Now that's my idea of, I need something simple if I'm going to try and, Eileen figured out how much I don't do knitting.
Maybe it's because I'm not a very good teacher. It could be me.
Could be a left-handed, right-handed thing.
That could be too. But here you guys go. If you're not into knitting, don't want to learn, but you have a family member that maybe they have said to you in the past, gosh, I wish I knew how to knit. This would be a great gift for them. Pick up some yarn while you're here to get them started in knitting needles. And then this would be a great little gift collection.
Yeah, you got a gift set so they can make their own present.
Same thing with this guy. If you have somebody that knows how to crochet, if their birthday's before Christmas, you can get this for their birthday, and then they can make you a Christmas present. Just make sure you mark the one that you want so they know.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking.
So we also have the Quilt Smart Bag. We talked to you guys about this before.
Yes.
I made one of these, and it is so cute. And like I said before, the one thing I would change, I would probably use the inner fabric for the outer tie. That's about it. But quick and easy. We can do this as a class too. If you guys want to do this as a class, just let us know and we'll get one set up.
Well, and every year we always do a quick gift idea class.
Yes.
So be looking for that probably the first few weeks of December. I think that's when we typically do it.
Yeah.
So that could be something that we include in that class too.
Yeah.
So definitely fun.
Some quick and easy ideas. And then we also just got this pattern in.
Monica, if you're on, which I think you're in the guild meeting today,
So maybe not. So it's called Peace Angel, Starry Night Hollow Peace Angel. And it's just, I don't know if you can see it on there, but they're just little
really
angels. It's very cute. And this would be another one for crazy fabrics if you wanted. So you can make their dresses all different colors. You could do the background similar or different for each one. It's just...
I feel like that would be a fantastic use of Australian fabric.
Well, I was thinking the same thing, because this almost looks like it was done with maybe some, I
African?
African, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Should we tell them? That
well, we don't have it yet.
We don't have it yet, but, so since we love our Australian fabric so much, and that kind of just tribal, that look, Clorinda from Wyndham, she brought to us some African-style prints. Now, I've not really seen African fabrics up close to know whether these are really traditional or not, but we're getting them anyways because they were really neat.
They were very cool.
Yeah.
And it's a color combination, so it should be, they should be sort of fun to fiddle with and see what we can come up with. But they also, too, I think would go very well with the chopsticks pattern.
Yes.
I mean, I just can't tell you how many things I like with that chopsticks pattern. It's just crazy.
What was the other thing that used the chopsticks pattern recently? Oh, the Tim Holtz Abandoned line.
Tim Holtz Abandoned line.
That was really cool.
It's amazing how these sort of kitschy type fabrics have just, they work really well for that. I mean, you could just do 2 fabrics too.
Oh yeah,
you
that
could.
Would be really cool.
If you really like something, then you just do the same ones over and over. It would be very cool.
Over again.
So
that is our new stuff / ideas for you guys for Christmas.
Yes.
Because remember, like Steph said earlier, Christmas is coming. 'Tis upon us.
Well, not upon us, but it's
getting closer. The end is nigh.
Closing.
Okay, Christmas is nigh.
Nigh the science guy.
I'm a sandwich board. Christmas is nigh.
We do have, and don't forget the UNI fabrics could also be, if you need to make a UNI quilt, they can also.
And let your friends know that we have it, because I know that we've gotten a lot of people asking about it. Yeah. So we have it. The fella who's coming for Australian fabrics, Ernie, we can get it from him. So I'm actually probably going to order another couple bolts of it.
If they have different styles, or
I think it's just the one style right now,
okay.
But we'll see. Maybe they do. But I think it's just I also forgot to mention. I don't know if you guys know, and I have to say this very slowly and carefully. We have paper pantographs. I want to say pantograph, and I know that's real wrong.
It's not 5. It's panto. It's like pants.
I don't know why I get that confused, but I do. Anywho, so we have, so if you guys don't know what these are, so if you have a long arm, this is meant to go onto like the back side of your long arm, and then usually you'll have like a laser or whatever, and you follow with the laser the lines on the paper, and that allows you to do like an edge-to-edge quilt, or edge-to-edge quilting on a quilt. Mm-hmm. So these are great. They've got kind of this,
circle in a square?
Like a mid-century modern, that's what I consider it to be. And then like ripples, and then these like curly Q wave type things. And then this one's super cute. It's teddy bears. So, you know, if you don't have a computer, because a lot of times the computerized ones, they have all these cool things.
Not your computer at home, computer on the
long arm. These are great alternatives for that. So we do have some of these in stock, and I always forget about them.
And Pat, I don't think they're weeping. They don't have faces.
Oh.
So, no. But maybe they do have faces.
But they could really be, Pat, and you are so amazing, because we had this conversation about, if anybody watches Doctor Who, y'all know the Weeping Angels, and you're afraid of them, because I'm afraid of the Weeping Angels.
Anyway.
Yes, I'm a dork. And I love Doctor Who.
So.
I will not deny that.
So we've got, another thing we've got coming up is classes. So we're going to throw out a bunch of options. If you guys are interested, let us know.
Yes, so our America the Flag class.
America the Beautiful.
Or Flag class. America the Beautiful Flag. We have one spot available before we can, I think we can start locking in some dates right now.
Okay. But
there is one spot available. So this is the class that you'll learn how to make this beautiful, gorgeous thing. Thang.
Thang. Like a purple thing.
Like a purple thing, but not purple.
Okay. And like we talked earlier, we could do this as a class.
The wine bag.
The wine bag.
Great for gifts. I mean, gosh, you can do, like, everybody that you plan on making a gift, you make a bag, you buy a bottle of wine, and if you buy like multiple bottles, sometimes they give you like 10% off when you buy 6 or more bottles of wine wherever you go. So you got like 10 people that you need to get gifts for. You make 10 bags that are all unique and bottles of wine, and there you go.
It can be the same bottle of wine. It can be different bottles of wine.
Exactly.
Find your favorite and share it with everybody.
Exactly.
Then we have the log cabin picture art. Now these are similar to the American flag, the American Beautiful flag. And this is one. I think we showed him to you maybe last week.
Yep.
This is our gnome.
I actually got out the patterns so y'all can see it. So that's Nomi. And then you can also make a little owl. Hootie the owl. Not Hootie and the Bluefish, but Hootie the owl. And a little penguin, Waddles. His name is Waddles. So, you've got penguins, you've got owls, and you've got
the flag. Oh, and the gnome.
The gnome.
Penguins, owls, gnomes, and the flag.
Yep. You can also, we've got a decoupage class. If you guys want to do decoupage, this is my latest project.
Large.
So this is an 18 by 24 canvas. And this is one of our really gorgeous, this is, I liken it to a Van Gogh or Van Gogh, the sunflower painting. And if you guys are Doctor Who fans, you'll remember that episode in Amy Pond. But I digress.
A lot.
So anyways,
okay.
Super simple to do. So we can do a decoupage class if you guys want.
We also have Quilting 101. So if anybody's interested in just getting started, that is a fabulous class. It takes you from choosing colors all the way through 4 different techniques, well, maybe probably more techniques, but 4 different blocks that you learn different techniques for. You learn sashing, you learn binding, you learn borders, you learn quilting, you learn everything. So, I mean, it's basically a top to bottom class. So if you have any interest or know anybody who does,
let us know.
Let us know and we'll get something set up.
Yep.
That one's usually our favorite Friday night class.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Because it's several weeks. And so just knowing that that's the end of the week, and by the end, you know, it's nice to have a good group, because it's always, you end up with a new group of friends by the time you're done with that class. It really is.
You do, because you spend quite a bit of time with each other and
helping each other.
Yeah, and we really get to know you guys. And so I think that's probably why it's one of our favorite classes. Yeah. So we've met some really awesome people through that. So,
or if there's other things
that you guys are interested in.
We're still looking at a lot.
Paper piecing. Steph is learning how to paper piece.
I'm learning. Oh my gosh.
Thanks to Miss Chris Hobbs.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Chris Hobbs.
She's training me. I still haven't gotten to work anymore on it because we got busy the other day. But yeah,
it's a process.
It is a learning process, and I think once you get the hang of it, there's a system, and I'm just not comfortable with that system yet. So once it's just a number of times of doing it. It's repetition.
It's repetition. Yeah. Repetition is important when learning.
I'm getting there.
So, and then, Best of Story County voting is over. We want to say a great big thank you to anybody who voted for us. And so, I'm not sure when we will find out the results, but hopefully we made it. If not, that's okay too, because
we're still here.
We're still here. So, that is over.
Over.
And then I just want to say happy fall, y'all. I love fall. Hence the jumper. Y'all have seen this jumper before, but I really love it. I went to Slim's before I hit the shop here today, and they have some really cool pumpkins and like these funky gourds. I mean, they're so pretty. So you guys go check out Slim's. It's over off of 69, just at the end of Broad Street here on the west side. It's a really, some great, they have, I didn't get any, but they have acorn squash.
Oh.
I love roasted acorn squash. Love, love, love it. I would have picked some up, but I was in a hurry. So, but they have a lot of fantastic things. I did also pick up a pan of brownies, which I sent with Cooper to his band gig, because I ate one. I didn't eat the rest. Let the kids have it.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Well, we have other things tonight.
We do. We do.
And then there's always decoupage.
Yep, that's our more.
That's our more.
Now we have From the Country Register.
Dun, dun, dun.
The beautiful Country Register pick yours up today. And if you asked for me to send you one and I haven't sent you one yet, message me. I've got a couple left. So, yeah.
Okay, so tonight's recipe, it is, sorry, I can never do this right. So it's raspberry oatmeal bars. So you may be looking, it's on page 3. So
follow along.
Last week we had the apple oatmeal bars. Now those reminded me more of like a granola bar consistency.
Okay.
This one does not have as much oatmeal, and it has jam in between. Dwayne and I had to go hunt for seed-free raspberry jam. Thank heavens, seed-free. I guess when you're eating your, I mean, I'm not as fond of raspberry because of all the seeds, so I'm okay with this.
I wonder if you cannot find seed-free jam, here's an idea.
Go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart, or if you cannot find seed-free jam and you want to use maybe one that's a homemade one that has the seeds in it, what you can do is you can put it in a saucepan, heat it up so it gets a little liquefied, then put it through a sifter and sift out the seeds and just press out the jam, and then you'll just have that jam at the bottom without the seeds.
Or you could choose another flavor.
Yeah, you could do that too. That's too much work.
So anyway...
Too much work?
Yeah, so
okay.
Anyway, this one,
fair enough.
This is actually a really good 2-person recipe.
Okay.
Thank heavens Dwayne helped me. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you do not have one of those pastry things, you know, it's like, it's got a handle and it's like rounded at the bottom.
Yeah. With
and it's like a whisk, only it's...
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But they're all lined up. Okay.
Like to cut biscuits.
I thought we had one.
You do have one.
Where?
I know you have one because I've used it.
I couldn't find it. So it says part of this says if you do not have one, use your hands. Cut in the butter using your hands or a pastry blender. Pastry blender, that's what it's called. I could have sworn we had one. Could not find it anywhere. So I looked at Dwayne and I'm like,
did you look in the spatula drawer?
I did. I looked everywhere. I have no idea where it is. Dwayne was looking through the other drawers that I didn't look through, so I don't know. Anyway, I just went in, washed my hands really good. And I just went...
Massage that dough.
You know, it really wasn't bad, but the thing is, after doing that, then they would tell you, oh, now do this. And I'm like,
my hands are gross.
I can't...
It's like making meatloaf.
Yeah.
You're like doing all the meatloaf, and then you're like, oh, crap, I've got to put that spice in.
Yeah. It's like... So, anyway, this really did help having another set of hands.
So, 2-person baking project.
Yeah, so I did all the mixing here, and then Dwayne, let's see, what was the other thing? Okay, he had to measure. So you measure approximately 2 cups and put it at the bottom, and then you press it down. So it's like, I was all gross already. So he measured out the 2 cups, put it in the pan, and it's in an 8x8 pan. And then I kept pushing it down with my hands, who were already really gross. And I don't know if I was lazy or just figured I was already messy. So he measured in, I was getting that done, and he measured in the jam. And I just kept pushing it.
I'd say both.
So, I'm like, I'm already there. Yeah. Why not? What's the matter?
It's all good.
So I just sort of kept pushing it. And then he had to come along and spread out the stuff on the top.
The topping.
Yeah.
So is the topping the same as the bottom?
The topping is the same as the bottom. So it's just the reserved part. And there was more left than I thought there would be.
Okay.
But then you're supposed to tap that in. So then I came back and tapped it all into the jam.
So it's like a doctor, a surgeon, and the surgeon's assistant.
Exactly. Or in cooking, that would be the chef and the sous chef.
Right. True. Let's mix our metaphors here.
Okay, you want the bigger or the small?
Well, let's show them the pieces.
Okay.
So hopefully I'm not going to get crumbs on everything. So, whoa. So these are the beautiful pieces. You could see that jam in the middle and all those crumbly toppings on the top and the bottom. So, and as Steph was cutting, I'm like, I think we need forks. This looks pretty sticky. So we'll
see how this
dive
goes
into this.
But so it's just got that jam layer with the 2 layers in between. So it's sort of like cookie on top. It's sort of like, I'm thinking it's very similar to like cobbler.
I feel like this should be in Jean's cookbook. Her family cookbook.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So here's a close up of that bite. Look
Of
at
the
that.
food.
Oh, that's a nice layer of jam in there.
Mm-hmm.
So let's test it. Mm. That is really good. It has obviously a nice flavor from the raspberry.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely different than last week's. Last week's was very dense.
Dense.
This is lighter, even though I was pushing it down.
This is very good. And like Steph said, you actually could substitute the raspberry jam for maybe a lemon curd, or
you could even do apple.
You
could do strawberry.
Any kind of really jam, or any
peach
filling. Oh, peach would be good. Apricot would actually be really good too in there.
Rhubarb. Lots of options.
So this is a great recipe with lots of alternatives. And I do like the texture is very nice.
It's not nearly as dense. But
and I
we
like
did
the
not
crumbly.
get sugar-free jam, so there will be somewhat of a sugar high.
Yeah, you could use a sugar-free jam just to cut down on the sugar.
And I would probably use, like, this is light brown sugar. I would probably see if there was like a diabetic sugar or something like that. That might help cut things some down. I mean, you're still dealing with flour and rolled oats. So, I mean, there are ways to improve things as far as dietary.
And of course, it's okay to eat this, just eating it in moderation.
Right, small
bits.
Although last night Dwayne really liked it. So, I
Very
got to
good.
eat it when it was warm.
Oh, I bet you that's
So that was good.
Here's a thought. Take some vanilla ice cream, and then this, when it's warm, and kind of crumble it on the top of the vanilla ice cream. That would be really good.
Yeah.
Or
I think
this, and then the vanilla ice cream on top. So you get that hot and cold.
Hot and cold. Well, especially, you could probably warm it up in the microwave for a few seconds, and then put the ice cream on top. Yeah.
What if, instead of the jam, you use like pumpkin, like pumpkin pie filling?
Oh.
So you kind of get that pumpkin pie and
sort of. Oh. This could be interesting.
It's
Next
pumpkin
week.
spice latte season, people. Everything's about the pumpkin.
It's all about the pumpkin.
Oh, great pumpkin,
Well,
Charlie
or
Brown.
Apples. Well, see, this is
very
like
good.
apple cider season.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun. We used to do. My uncle had an apple cider press, and we would go out there and we would pick all of the apples, and it would. I mean, it was like, I don't know. There was probably 11, 12 of us out there, maybe even more. It was when the kids were little. They really weren't that helpful.
Right.
They had fun. You know, they got to go, and then
Yeah.
everybody else would take over. It really was. Those were some great memories. I would run around and take pictures of everybody.
So fun time. So lots of different options for this. So great recipe from the Country Register. Thank you, Country Register, again, for a wonderful recipe.
Another recipe.
Amazing. And again, we actually, Simply Maze has copies of the Country Register. We have copies of the Country Register. So pick up your copy here or at Simply Maze. Or if you are in a different part of Iowa, check out your local quilt shop to see if they have it. And if they don't, say, hey, would you mind carrying the Country Register for us? So.
And if not, then come here.
Then come here. Come visit us. We'd like to see ya. We'd like to see us. So what else? I think that's all we have.
Okay.
Do we have any comments that we want to...
No, I'm just trying to look and see. Barbie Jansen would like a Quilting 101 class.
Okay.
Color and embroidery quilt squares. Luann said she could do that. And Pat said, I mush her meatloaf in a bag so her hands don't get messy.
Oh, that's smart, Pat.
That's very smart, Pat. Gee, many Christmas.
We should have Pat on. You guys have seen Pat before. She's been on before. We should have Pat on, and we can just do a Pat's Tips segment. Because she's got great tips and ideas.
Both cooking and sewing.
Cooking and sewing, yeah. She's got great tips, and she's great at diabetic cooking. So
yes,
she's very good
great
at that.
recipes. So,
anyways, I think that is all for us.
That is all for today.
Over. So, thanks for hanging out with the best quilt shop owners. I never get this. One time I've gotten this.
Should I go the other way?
No, I can do it. I'm determined. Thanks for hanging out with the best quilt shop owners here in Story City.
We'll see you next week. Different sew time, or same sew time, different sew place.
Where will we be? I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Bye, guys.
Bye.